Rising tensions in the eastern Mediterranean have prompted NATO, led by the U.S., to deploy its most advanced aircraft carrier yet, accompanied by cutting-edge jets. Among them is a mysterious, classified aircraft, fueling speculation. With details under wraps, no one knows exactly what this jet can do, but its presence could shift the region's military balance. Let's dive into this secretive aircraft aboard NATO's carrier in the Mediterranean. On board the massive USS Gerald R. Forward is the quiet, stealthy Boeing X-47. Sleek and tailless, this futuristic drone looks like something out of sci-fi. Built for carrier operations, it spans 62 feet and runs on jet power. The X-47's journey began in 2000, when the U.S. Navy wanted more than just flying drones. They needed unmanned aircraft capable of spying, penetrating defenses, and marking targets. Boeing and Northrop Grumman received small contracts to explore the concept. Designing a drone for carrier life wasn't easy. Engineers had to create a system tough enough for harsh sea conditions, salty air, and intense electronics. Northrop Grumman's early prototype, the X-47A Pegasus, flew in 2003. Its success led to the more capable X-47B. Though the main drone program, JUCAS, was canceled in 2006, the Navy kept pushing. They launched UCSD, the program that led to today's X-47B. Fully autonomous, carrier-capable, and even able to refuel midair without human help. When the X-47B was unveiled in December 2008, it stunned aviation insiders. Carrier decks are brutal environments, but this drone was built to handle them. It could launch, land, fly missions, and refuel, all on its own. The Navy invested heavily in the project, starting with a $635 million contract in 2007. By 2012, the budget had climbed past $813 million, with even more funding added in 2014 to expand testing. At 38 feet long, the X-47B needs no cockpit. It flies autonomously, powered by a single Pratt and Whitney F100-220U jet engine. Despite its strength, it's agile, carrying over 44,000 pounds when loaded, and storing up to 4,500 pounds of weapons in hidden bays. The drone's range is just as impressive. It can fly over 2,400 miles and reach altitudes of 42,000 feet, above weather and many threats. It's fast, quiet, and nearly invisible. But what really sets it apart is its brain. Packed with radar, infrared sensors, and advanced optics, the X-47B tracks targets with extreme precision. It doesn't just fly. It thinks, scans, and reports in real time. The first version, Air Vehicle 1, flew in 2011 at Edwards Air Force Base. AV-2 followed in November of that year. Originally, the Navy planned 3 years of testing, but the X-47B performed so well, they fast-tracked it for carrier trials after just 16 flights. In 2012, both drones arrived in Maryland for testing aboard Navy ships. They launched using catapults and landed with arresting gear, just like manned jets. A milestone came on November 29, 2012, when the X-47B completed its first catapult launch. Days later, it boarded the USS Harry S. Truman for sea trials. By mid-December, it had proven its ability to operate on carriers. Then came history. On May 4, 2013, the X-47B landed on a mock carrier deck. Just 10 days later, it made aviation history, becoming the first drone to launch from a real aircraft carrier. Just 3 days later, the aircraft carrier USS George H.W. Bush launched the X-47B using its catapult system. On May 17, the drone took off and landed smoothly on the moving carrier deck, all without a pilot on board. Then on July 10, 2013, it made aviation history once again by becoming the first drone ever to land on an aircraft carrier at sea, catching the arresting wire on the same ship. And this wasn't a one-time fluke. The X-47B repeated the feat, proving it could handle one of the most demanding tasks in naval aviation, landing on a moving deck, consistently and without human control. By September 18, 2013, the X-47B had completed 100 flights under the Navy's UCSD, Unmanned Combat Air System Demonstration Program. By July, it had nailed 16 successful landings on moving carriers. On November 10th, testing shifted to the USS Theodore Roosevelt, where the X-47B operated in a fully digital, carrier-controlled environment, just like in real combat missions. More milestones followed. On April 10th, 2014, the drone flew at night for the first time, showing it could operate in darkness as smoothly as in daylight. Then on August 17th, something remarkable happened. The X-47B flew alongside a manned F/A-18 Hornet on the same carrier flight deck, a powerful demonstration that unmanned and manned aircraft could safely and effectively share space in the high-stakes world of naval aviation. Just 1 week later, the X-47B completed a full operational test, catapult launches, arrested landings, touch-and-go maneuvers, and nighttime flight, all in one mission. This wasn't just solid performance. It was proof the drone could do it all. But the boldest achievement came in April 2015, when the X-47B became the first drone in history to autonomously refuel midair. Flying over the coast of Maryland, it connected with an Omega Air KC-707 tanker and completed a fully autonomous aerial refueling. That moment didn't just end a phase of testing. It opened a new chapter in unmanned aviation. The success of the X-47B helped pave the way for the future of naval air power, especially aboard next-gen carriers like the USS Gerald R. It now stands alongside other advanced aircraft, including one of the U.S. military's crown jewels, the F35 Lightning II. Underscore 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 underscore. The F-35 isn't just a fast jet. It's a stealthy, supersonic, multi-role fighter loaded with high-tech systems that give it an edge in modern warfare. With advanced sensors and extreme low-visibility features, it can detect threats before being detected, making it a frontline tool for precision strikes and air superiority. Its futuristic look is more than skin-deep. The design includes tilted vertical stabilizers, sleek wings, and integrated control surfaces for stability and stealth at high speeds. The F-35A and F-35B have shorter wings to fit on amphibious Navy ships, while the F-35C features wider wings for longer range and fuel efficiency on carrier missions. It also uses supersonic inlets to manage airflow during high-speed flight. Built using lessons from the F-22 Raptor, the F-35's frame contains 35% composite materials, balancing strength, stealth, and lightness. While it doesn't match the F-22 in speed, the F-35 still hits Mach 1.6, over 1,200 miles per hour, even with its weapons stored internally, keeping its aerodynamic profile clean and radar signature low. Its massive F-135 engine gives it blistering acceleration, especially when afterburners kick in for quick bursts of supersonic speed. Thanks to its larger internal fuel capacity, more than double that of an F-16, it can stay in the fight longer and venture deeper into contested airspace without refueling. A true long-range hunter. But what truly separates the F-35 is its brainpower. This aircraft isn't just a fighter, it's a flying command center. The AAPG-81 radar uses rapid beam steering to scan for targets on land, air, or sea, even in poor weather. Then there's the A/AQ 35 Distributed Aperture System. Think of it as 360-degree situational awareness. It detects incoming threats, helps in navigation and landings, and even tracks enemy aircraft from all angles. The ESQ-239 Barracuda system acts like a digital shield, jamming and confusing enemy radars before they even become a threat. And when it's time to strike, the AQ-40 electro-optical targeting system takes over, locking on targets with pinpoint accuracy, day or night, rain or shine. In short, the F-35 is much more than just a next-generation fighter. It's the centerpiece of modern aerial warfare. And when paired with platforms like the X-47B, It shows just how far unmanned and manned systems can push the future of combat.